Hello everyone, just Myra here and welcome back to my channel. Today it's, what time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock in the evening and I barely made it. I barely able to start this video that I've been procrastinating to do it. I've been planning to do it sometime this week, but I was just like not really feeling it. I don't know why, but somehow I motivate myself that it's time, Myra, it's time for you to do this. So without too much talking, here I am. I'm going to share you my plant care routine. Finally, I've been asked many times, how do I care for my plants and how do I make them green and healthy? Well, some of my plants are green and healthy, some are not, to be honest. So I cannot do this outside because, as you can see, Wisconsin is cold and snowy. So we're gonna do this inside, and I able to fix me a little spot for me to show you all how I do my plant care. And also I'm being asked what kind of soil medium I use, so I'm going to share it to you guys, what soil I use. And what else, I was asked what kind of mixture I use to spray or clean my plant leaves. So all in all, I'm gonna share it to you guys, so in case you have your own ways or routine to take care of your plants, that'll be great. You and I can share our knowledge, our technique of how many ways we can do and take care of plants. So that's the good thing about here in plant care. It's like all of us exchanging tips and knowledge of how to care our plants. So without further ado, let's get going and start my plant care routine. So let's begin by sharing you what kind of mixture I use as a potting mix for my plants. Depending on the plants that I use, like for example, if I have a cactus that I needed to plant, then I would have to use, like soil for cactus. So this time, this is all the mediums or the kind of soil I use for especially my philodendrons. So I'm just finishing up my Miracle Grow soil, and after this I am planning to get me a different kind of soil, so it's fine with me to use this as of now because I'm not having any problems. It's just I think I want to improve more of my health of my plant growths by using some other soil. So this is first mixture. I use perlite from Miracle Grow. By the way, I'm not in sponsor of any of this soil products that I'm sharing it to you guys. It's just are the soil that I can easily get it to my nearby store, or plant store, whatever you call. So I use perlite and I use Miracle Grow moisture control potting mix. So I'm almost about to be done this, so I can't wait to finish the whole thing and buy me a different mix of soil. And what else, I have my special orchid potting mix. I mix this, and it's kind of like bigger barks, like this big. I think it's help because it gives me good soil erosion for my plants, and that's being able to breathe and grow nicely. And the next one is I use my Barpy eco-friendly natural organic coconut coir. This is made from coconut coir, so I really like this. This is like, I'm still halfway and I'm planning to get some more of this. Now Home Depot is not selling this kind. I only got this from Menards, but when I went there last time, they are not selling it. So I think they're done selling stuff for plants. So I have to order it online. So this is what it looks like of the potting mix that I have. If you can see, so it has more perlite, so more moisture here. So, and then I made me my own spot so it doesn't damage my brand new flooring with this plastic. This is a garbage can that I cut it and put it in here, so in case I water my plants. And I have this white cloth that I'm going to need it to wipe my plant leaf. And I have a spray that I will have to find where I put it. So this is what I use to mix for my cleaners to dust off the leaves of my plants. I used the pure castle soap. I diluted this in my water. So here's the mixture. I already pre-mixed this. So how I mix it is I kind of eyeball it. Like it says in the description here, instruction, that what it is, it says for all-purpose cleaner, add 1/4 cup of soap to a quart of water in spray bottle. So that's what it says, but I did not follow that. So what I use is like, I think I put almost 2 cups in here, and I put, I would say not even less than 1/4 cup of this. I think I just put like five drops of this because it's strong enough, so I don't want to kind of burn the leaves of my plants. It's really smells good. It has this peppermint smell, and it's like, I really like it. I think this is helping to stay away the bugs that inside my house. Well, I don't have bugs, but I think it's avoiding those little nuts flying around. So I do sometimes, spray the soil of this too after I water all my plants. It's really good. So okay, let's continue moving on. This is my painted lady that I'm going to start showing you how I care for this. First, I would spray the leaves with the mixture that I showed you, and then I wipe the leaves one by one. It's very important to wipe and dust off the leaves, because for the plants it's good for them, because it will easily for them to breathe, you know, a nice clean air. Because as we all know, plants leaves, they have pores, and that pores is like where they get some nutrients, fresh clean air. And then so I wipe it and everything, and after I wipe it, I will use a barbecue skewer, or you can use any kind of stick, and it's kind of like stick or aerate the soil. It's good for plants to get aerated too. It's kind of like tickling the roots. And I know for some people say you will damage it, but then it will easily fix the roots growths anyway, and it's good for them. And so that's a good way to, when you water it, the water goes underneath instead of just sit in one spot. So aeration is good. And I will going to tap off some soil because it looks like this needed a little bit of soil. So I can, because when I was like aerating, I can feel some roots are like sticking out. So anyway, so this is how I cared for my painted lady. And tap some soil. I am going to water my painted lady. You know, I think I just watered this not too long ago, so I'm not gonna water it with lots of water this time because I don't want it drown or cause a root rot for these plants. So just showing you how I cared for this. So for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna water this a little bit, so you know that this is the part of the routine that I do of how I cared for my plants. So yeah, then I will set. So this one is my red emerald. Same procedure. Spray the leaves with the mixture that I diluted, soap and water, and then wipe up the dust. Plants builds up so dusty so quickly, so it's really important that you have to dust up your plants because it prolongs the growth of your plants. It slows down and it's not very good. So just dust as much as you want. I do this every 3 to 4 months dusting. I noticed the difference. And then after this, I will go ahead and aerate the soil again. As you know, I like to aerate my soil. It's tickling the roots of my plants. And then after I aerate my soil, I will go ahead and start watering my plants because after you aerate and water your plants, it's really good. It helps for the water to soak through in your plants roots, and that will helps the growth of your plants. So yeah, this is the way how I care. Let's talk about how I cared for my variegated peace lily. I always make sure I go underneath and check if there's like dry leaves, because dry leaves can be a bug's nest if you don't take or clean underneath your plants, and there's some dry leaves there. It builds moisture and bugs stays there and hides there, and we don't want that. So my variegated peace lilies, I could say, is one the easy plants to have if you think that you don't have a green thumb. And this is a low light plants also. So yeah, same procedure of how I cared. Spray and dust the leaves and then aerate the soil. And yeah, like as you can see here now, I definitely have to do one by one dusting the leaves because it's been a while since I dust this. And yeah, and then I'm going to turn it around and dust on the other side. I am definitely making sure I get all the creases and all the dust here in this variegated peace lily, and then water. Make sure you give it a good water. Peace lily always let you know when they're dehydrated or when they needed a drink of water. So and then aerate it. Oh, I used the spray, the diluted spray for this, so it's kind of have like a peppermint smell. So I'm using this for the bugs not to grow. I think it helps. It helps. I definitely could say I think it helps when I do that. So yeah, my variegated peace. Here's another peace lily of mine. I in fact have 2 regular peace lily here at my lovely place. 1 variegated and 2 non-variegated. And if you're wondering why I have same plants, my answer is because they are the kind of plants that will thrive in low lights, especially if you don't have very indirect bright room. So I decided that in order to make my place green, I will add some plants that easy to grow in low light condition. So right now what you're seeing I'm doing is cutting the ends of the leaves one by one. One of my peace lily actually has more dry leaves than this one. This one is just the tip, which is good. So I have to make sure I cut the tip really good, because this one is actually located outside in my living room. So then after I cut all the leaves, it will look nice. So if you are wondering what kind of plants you should get, I recommend peace lily because it's really easy. It will droop down all the leaves when the soil is really dry and needed some water. So that's the kind of plants that if you think that you have no green thumb, yes, I definitely urge you to get this if you decided to get some plants. And so now I'm aerating again. As you can see, aerate, aerate, aerate. It's good for your plant roots, and it's good especially before you water your plants, because it gives more airy room for the water to goes all the way down. And then now what I'm doing is I'm spraying the leaves with this diluted mixture of soil and water. I'm using Dr. Bonner's hemp's peppermint soil that I shared to you guys how I mix it, and I really like the smell. It smells so minty, and I think that's part of the reason why I don't have nuts growing here in my house, because every time after I water all my plants, I will spray each of my plants with the diluted peppermint hemp's peppermint spray. So that's the good thing. So yeah, that's the peace lily. You know guys, I noticed that every time I dust my peace lily, it looks so happy and it gives me new growth. And not only that, it's green, but it's like, it's so pretty. I really like green plants. It's really pretty. It makes the whole difference inside your house. It really adds beauty inside your house. So yeah, right now I'm just cleaning one by one. Imagine if you have more than one leaves to clean and stuff. You're gonna end up cleaning all day long. And this one, it's not very much dirty, because like I said, I told you I do this every 3 to 4 months. So, and plus being inside the house, they never get too dirty unless you left them outside. So it's time to water my baby now. So water, like I tell you, if it's thirsty, it will drip down all the leaves and let you know peace lily needs some water. So that's part of my care routine for these plants, guys. And I'm spraying again with hemp's peppermint spray. So that's it. I'll show you this longest trailing plants that I have. And I recently cut off some length from this plant because it's really long, and now again it looks like I'm going to need to cut some more length or growth, because it's growing so longer that it's almost touching the floor. But what I'm going to show you is like I'm making sure I'm checking the leaves. As you can see, there's a bad leaf. I don't know if there's some kind of insect or bugs growing in that one. So it's just for the safety. It's better off just cut what damage you are seeing to your plants. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm cutting and checking, making sure those yellow leaves are gone, and then try to aerate it too. This one, I have a feeling that I might need to repot this in a bigger hanging basket, which I am thinking I have to wait till next spring to do that, because it's gonna be a mess because of the length of it. So I'm contemplating about it. So now I have to move this to my kitchen and hang it to my kitchen cabinet because it's so long and I cannot really see everything what I needed to remove. So, and also watering is hard if I water it by the living room. So this is a perfect spot for this one to be watered. So that's what I'm trying to do. And at the same time, I am watering these plants. It's giving me a chance to let it drip the water even more, so then I don't have to have a drippy hanging basket of plants into my bedroom. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'll show you guys how long is this plants. It's really long. It's like that's the length. And I don't like, so some of my plants, I water them by my sink. I bring them one by one so that it will give them a time to drain the water very good, so I don't have to carry them. So I don't have to carry my plants and then wet the floor. So it's a great thing too. I can water them as much as I can. So I have my philodendron brandy and my begonias that I'm watering right now. They needed such a good drink of water because I have not watered them for a while, because as you can see, it's cooler here and the soil doesn't dry very much. And I do bottom water some of my plants, that's including my IB. When I found out that my IB does well when I bottom water, I start bottom watering. And my succulents, they like to be bottom water. And yeah, when I noticed that they grow better and survive better when I bottom water them, I started bottom water. The last plant that I'm going to share it to you guys, how I care for this, is my white bird of paradise. When I got this was just like a 6-inch. It's in a 6-inch pot, but I didn't think that it will grow this fast. And look at how big it is. I had to repot this in a bigger pot because it's so it can expand even more bigger. This plant is actually located inside my bedroom, standing by my east facing window. It does get a morning indirect bright, but not as bright, as in not so sunny. And also along with that, I have grow light next to it, so I think that's probably why it's growing big too. In fact, there's a new leaf that's sprouting out. So again, if you can see, I'm aerating the soil as always, and I had watered this probably a week ago, and I don't need to water it now. I'm just showing you these plants and how I care for this. And I do dusting, spray, and then dusting, because these plants accumulate so much dust because it has like this big wide leaf or leaves. So yeah, spraying it with this hemp's peppermint soap diluted in water, because I like the peppermint spray, and so the nuts doesn't grow into the soil. It's actually, the soil is not really soaking, but it's just moist wet. So I am going to water this in next weekend because I'm leaving, so that's why I'm not watering it right now. So yeah, this is my white bird of paradise that I am sharing it to you right now. My last plants that I'm showing you how I care for this one. This one is very easy to grow too. That's it, friends. I hope you enjoy my plant care routine. I wasn't gonna show you all of it because that's going to be a lot, and it's going to take probably another whole hours if I show you all one by one. Basically, what I have shown you is pretty much what I do to all my plants. That's how I cared for my plants. And like the watering, I usually do it like once in 3 weeks, and it depends on the kind of plants I have. Like if I'm watering my cacti collection, I water them probably once a month, and other plants I water like once in 3 weeks. And the other needy plants that's always like to be moist, usually it's like either once in 2 weeks, or sometimes depending to the location where they at, or depends how hot here in my place. And so, but lately I haven't been watering all my needy plants a lot because it's cooler here. It's, I would say it's winter now, even though it's not, because it's starting to get cold so early. So with the plant care routine, like if you see me wiping the dust and cutting some dry leaves, I usually do that like probably 3 to 4 months, and do a, you know, thoroughly search all the dry leaves in my plants and then cut them and take it away and clean it. And I make sure all my pots doesn't have dry leaves, because that's the cause of like entryway for the bugs. So I always for sure that I clean the pots with dry leaves, because so the bug doesn't make a nest or breed some bugs in there. So yeah, that's how I do it. And if you have any more suggestion regarding the cares of the plants, please comments down below and let me know. I would like to add some more care routine in my plants, because that will be great. That would be nice to add in my routine, because in that way I am able to care my plants properly and I'm able to make them happy. So that's the good thing about here in plant community. People love to share a lot of ideas, and so this is why I learned so much about planting, growing plants, and collecting some more plants, because of the plant community and other rest of the people. It's not only about plants community, it's a lot of stuff here that people like to share. So that's what's a good thing about it. You don't have to pay to be a member. So if you decided you wanted to be part of my team, don't forget to click the subscribe button here. And also don't forget to like this video, that would be great. And also it helps me to grow here if you kindly watch the full video of mine, and that will be great. I would really appreciate it. So that's it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in here and for sparing your lovely time, busy time, and all kinds of time that you spare here in my channel. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you again. Bye.